I think the objective of the PLI scheme, though it is tied to exports, we have to keep in mind that the tying to export is more because of the desire to make sure that the quality of production that comes up and the cost competitiveness, so quality and cost competitiveness. So new manufacturing capacity must be of scale to meet cost competitiveness, but must be of quality. And the only way to ensure that, without daily interference or more non-EODB kind of regulatory stuff, is to have a export clause in it. So that kind of ensures that it's competitive. So the point is the objective of these schemes is to create an Atmanirbhar manufacturing sector, but to do it in a way which is both quality and cost competitive. It's not just to protect inefficient and low quality enterprises. Now, that's the objective of these schemes. So even though success of exports is a good indicator, and we've seen that in the mobile case, I think the real test of it will be how many kind of international and domestic manufacturing supply chains that we can build as a result of these. And that is something we are seeing, but we'll see over many years.
Okay, sir. Our next question is, what challenges continue to constrain manufacturing growth, and what policy interventions are still needed?
Yeah. So the challenges which we have been talking about from the central level, those have been addressed. We won't go into all of them, but you've seen the labor codes have been notified. We've already talked about, but income tax reform. The finance minister has talked about customs duty reform in the next year or next budget. So the center is definitely being very active in trying to remove these constraints. And the current stage, which has also started, is to do the same at the state level. So the meetings which Honorable Prime Minister Niti have had with the states in various capacities, including the Chief Secretary's meeting, which the Honorable PM chaired. So some of the issues which one has clearly seen. I mean, in my travels and everybody else who is dealing with these issues, one of the most important issue which always comes up, I have seen it across the country, is land. The issue of land for growing industries, rather than stagnant ones. Stagnant ones don't need more land, but the growing industries need to be able to build bigger factories, need more land. So land reform is clearly on the top of the agenda. And then there are other issues, the electricity distribution, how the pricing of electricity for industry is done. It is kind of it's 2x or thereabouts of it's higher, much higher than the cost of producing it. So that means you are implicitly taxing it and discouraging economic activity, job creation, etc. So that is a second issue which we have been struggling with. I still remember the last time I was in government, I chaired a committee to solve this problem. It's a very intractable problem, but we have to make, and we are trying to make another effort to solve it. So, but the action has to be at the state level. The central government can only encourage. And finally, I would say the human capital element, which has come into public notice now, and something I strongly believe in, is the kind of quality of education and the job skilling. Education and skilling must produce productive workers. Why? It's not just for the firms or for the country, but productive workers also mean that their wages will be higher. Their growth of wages will also be higher. It's all linked all over the world to the quality of skills they receive and they acquire while in the job. So the human capital elements are very important.
Okay. So let's talk about the IIT.
And most of this happens at the state level. That's why. So it's the base. It's not just the higher education. It's the whole pyramid. I think of it as a pyramid, which with basic education, schooling and basic skills, semi-skilled, etc. So it's the base of the pyramid which is really formed by the states, and that is why the state reforms are very important in this sector.